H.R. 188, the Proven Forest Management Act, extends an existing law passed with bipartisan support and signed by President Obama in 2016. That's the law that provided a categorical exclusion from the National Environmental Policy Act for forest thinning projects up to 10,000 acres under certain conditions within the Tahoe Basin. Under NEPA, a simple forest thinning project now requires an average of 4 years of environmental studies that produce reports often exceeding 800 pages. They cost millions of dollars to produce, often more than the value of the timber that we're removing. Federal timber auctions that once produced millions of dollars to the federal government and to the local communities affected now end up costing money, so not a lot of it gets done. Federal timber harvests in the Sierra have declined 80% as a result. The Lake Tahoe categorical exclusion has now been in effect for 8 years. It's taken the review time for thinning projects from 4 years down to less than 4 months. It's cut the reports from 800 pages down to a few dozen. Under this authority, the Tahoe Basin Management Unit has increased the removal of excess timber from 1 million board feet a year to an average of 9 million board feet. Treated acreage in the Tahoe Basin has tripled. Mr. Chairman, you very clearly laid out what I like to call the tale of two cities from the Caldor fire. One that was subject to this authority, saved from the fire, and the other, Grizzly Flats, which was not covered by this authority, utterly and completely destroyed. The other bill, H.R. 934, requires the Forest Service to aggressively attack all fires as soon as they're spotted, and it provides authority for local fire departments to initially attack all fires on Forest Service land. This used to be known as the 10 a.m. rule. Its abandonment has led to many instances of small fires that could have been easily extinguished, exploding out of control instead. Perhaps most famous was the Yellowstone fire in the 1980s. In response, Reagan immediately reinstated the 10 a.m. rule, only to have that order later abandoned. The policy of allowing fires to burn is based on the premise that active suppression of fires leads to a buildup of excess fuel, and that's right as far as it goes. If you're not going to remove excess timber from a forest, you're going to have a lot of fires. And if you put those fires out, yes, you're going to have bigger fires. But that's the whole point of forest management, to remove excess timber before it can burn. Nature doesn't mind waiting a century for a forest to regrow. We mere mortals don't have that luxury. A few years ago, the Tamarack fire began from a lightning strike, and it smoldered for 10 days on a 1/4 acre of forest land. Now, the Forest Service sent helicopters over it every day to take pictures for its Facebook page, but it never bothered to drop a single bucket of water to put the fire out. Worse, it forbade local fire agencies from putting out the fire themselves. On the 10th day, the Tamarack fire burst out of control. It ended up destroying 17,000 acres of forest land and about 80 homes. Now, their excuse was, well, it wasn't doing anything, so they decided to just monitor it. Well, I put the question to them, if you found a rattlesnake curled up in a corner of your bedroom that wasn't doing anything, would you simply monitor it until it did? The Forest Service recognized how dangerous this policy was after the Tamarack fire, and at least temporarily ordered initial attack on all fires in the Sierra. This bill simply makes that policy permanent. Mr. Chairman, remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Maybe not all of them, but I can say with confidence that these two bills that restore proven forest management policies will prevent many forest fires and save many communities from the catastrophe visited on towns like Grizzly Flats. So let's not waste any more time.